Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are building themselves quite a nice undercard in the current moment of time right now, and that's going to include Darren Till and Chavez Jr. Now, how did we get here? Obviously, Cesar Chavez Jr. is a former world champion, and yes, he did fight Anderson Silva, an MMA fighter in which he lost. And now here we have Darren Till, who was coming off of a losing streak in MMA, now coming into the world of professional boxing. And I can't help but think that the reason why this is happening is because of Francis Ngannou and the Tyson Fury fight. It sort of set a trend. Hey, let's put these MMA guys against these world level boxers, even though these world level boxers have world level experience in boxing, and it's going to be the debut of the MMA fighter. That's what we have going on in this situation. Now, do I like it? Yes and no. And I'm here to make this video to tell you why. Why I like it and why I don't. For one, the reason why I don't like it is because obviously, if you're a hardcore boxing fan, as much as I am a hardcore MMA guy, I can consider myself a hardcore boxing guy as well, considering that I know enough about the sport, I've followed it for a long time, and know the ins and outs of it, and understand the competitive structure, and not only that, the competitive integrity that comes with that particular sport. Which means that you can't just have a debut guy fight a former world champion, or can you? Now, you're saying Anderson Silva did beat Julio Cesar Chavez, and this is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.'s chance to finally avenge his loss against an MMA fighter if he can't go and get it back from Anderson Silva, in which Anderson Silva clearly defeated him, just styled on him, and couldn't have any answers towards Anderson Silva's fast twitch and counter fighting style. So, why I do like this, I'm going to tell you why. I like it because it sends a new trend in the world of combat sports. You see, we are in the era of notoriety in terms of having two fighters that are both known fighting each other rather than two fighters that are fighting because of, once again, what I mentioned earlier, a competitive architecture. This is not that. Obviously, if you're going to be in the Jake Paul and Tyson card, it's all about entertainment and gimmick. Obviously, you've seen the press conference the other day. They mentioned something to the effect of, well, Jake, if you want to be a formidable boxer or somebody that is a title contender, maybe you shouldn't go out and do these gimmick fights. But it is a gimmick fight nonetheless, right? Obviously, Mike Tyson was not too thrilled with that statement made by the media member that was present during that press conference. But the reality is, yeah, it is a gimmick fight. Let's just be honest. Mike hasn't been in a ring on a professional setting for a very long time. And the last time he was in there was against Roy Jones, which was none other than an exhibition. Obviously had certain stipulations to where you can't go hard on the face or can't go hard on the body, can't go for a knockout. Well, now we're in a professional setting, and so is Julio Cesar Chavez and Darren Till. Now, what's going to happen if Darren Till was to win this fight? I'll tell you right now. More than likely, he will probably do another boxing match. But in between that, he's probably going to go back to the UFC and try to challenge for a title and beat a few contenders along the way. That is the trajectory that Darren Till is at right now, and that is the reality of why this fight is being made. It's because it's a gimmick fight. Darren Till is a known guy. Julio Cesar Chavez has had experience with MMA fighters in the boxing ring, didn't do too great against Anderson Silva, and they're looking to build Darren Till up in the same similar fashion, but just in a very expeditious way. Because you see, for Darren Till to beat Julio Cesar Chavez, even though we know Julio Cesar Chavez has been declining on top of the fact that he already got beat by another MMA fighter, one thing rest assured, this is going to catapult Darren Till's career back to where it belongs. If not, then everything else goes back and is restored as usual in the world of boxing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. inshallah.